So let's look at another type of simultaneous equation. This time the equation involves linear and then products. Linear and products. So you could see from the first question, we have a linear equation, then we have the product equation. So we have to find the solution set of these two equations. So this is question 1. Okay, so let me write the two equations. This is the linear equation, x plus y equal to 10, and this is the product equation. Product means multiplication, so the two variables are multiplying. Xy is equal to 21. So this is our equation 1, and this is our equation 2. When it comes to linear and the product type, it is advisable to go by substitution method. So what is the first step? The first step is that you need to make one of the variables the subject in the linear equation. We are looking at this one. You can choose to make x the subject or y the subject. So I'm making y the subject, in equation 1. So let me quickly write down equation 1. So equation 1, we have x plus y is equal to 10. I want to make y the subject, so I have y equal to 10 minus x. So this is my third equation. This is my third equation. So the next thing I do is I'm going to substitute y is equal to 10x into the product equation. We made y the subject in the linear equation, so we have to do the substitution into the product equation. So we are going to put y is equal to 10 minus x into the product equation, which is equation 2. So let's quickly do that. So with the product equation, we have xy is equal to 21. Then remember, we are doing the substitution. So in place of y, we substitute 10 minus x. So let's substitute 10 minus x. So this must be equal to 21. So let's expand and see. 10 by x, we have 10x, and then x by minus x, that is minus x squared. So this must be equal to 21. You see that we are getting a quadratic equation. We know that quadratic equation is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So I need to rearrange this into this form. So I have 0 equal to, so I'm beginning with the x squared. So when I transpose this to the right hand side, it becomes positive x squared. Then I transpose this the right hand side, it becomes minus 10x. Already we have positive 21 on the right hand side, so plus 21. So this is the same as x squared minus 10x plus 21 is equal to 0. So this is our quadratic equation. Now let's factorize this quadratic equation. You know that the coefficient of x squared is 1 and the constant is 21. So when you multiply the two, we have positive 21. Positive 21. So let's look for factors of positive 21. So we are looking for two numbers such that when you multiply the numbers, you should get positive 21. But when we sum them up, you should get minus 10. So what are the numbers? So the numbers we have minus 3, minus 7. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 7, that is positive 21. And minus 3 plus minus 7, that is minus 10. So let's begin. We have x squared. So in place of minus 10x, I have minus 3x minus 7x. So minus 3x minus 7x plus 21 is equal to 0. So at this point, we can group them. So we are grouping the first two and the last two. So let's look for the common factor. For the first bracket, the common factor is x. When we factorize x out, we are left with x minus 3. Then for the second bracket, the common factor is 7. We are left with x minus 3. And this must be equal to 0. So we have x minus 3, x minus 3. So we select 1. And then the outside factors, we also have x minus 7. And this must be equal to 0. So let's solve for the possible values of x. For the first factor, x minus 3 is equal to 0. So I have x is equal to positive 3. So that is the first value of x. Or I can also have the second factor, x minus 7 is equal to 0. And I have x is equal to positive 7. So this is the second value of x. So we also need to find the corresponding values of y. So to find the corresponding value of y when x is 3. So let's see. So when x is 3, let's find the value of y. So we can take the linear equation. In place of x, we are just going to substitute 3. So we have 3 in place of x, 10 plus y is equal to 10. So I have y being equal to 10 minus 3. And this will give me 7. So that is the first value of y. Again, when x is positive 7, when x is positive 7, let's see. So solve into equation 1. In place of x, just put 7 there. Then we have plus y equal to 10. So making y the subject, we have y is equal to 10 minus 7. And this will also give us 3. So this is the second value of y. So let's summarize everything. So these are the possible values of x and y. So we have the first situation when x is 3, y is 7. Or the other situation when x is 7, y is 3. But we have to find the solution set. So how do you write the solution set? The solution set, we have x, y, set that x can be 3 and then y is 7, or x is equal to 7 and then y is equal to 7. So this should be our answer for question 1. Question 2, we are to find the positive values of p and q given the equation p minus q is equal to 7 and pq equal to 18. So this is our equation 1 and this is our equation 2. So remember, you can solve this type of question going by the substitution method. So in the linear equation, we are going to make one of the variables the subject. So we will decide which of the variables to choose. I prefer making p the subject. So I'm going to make p the subject in the linear equation. So which is equation 1. So equation 1, we have p minus q is equal to 7. So when I make p the subject, I have 7 plus q. So this is my third equation. The next step is that I'm going to put equation 3 into the second equation. So we are going to put p is equal to 7 plus q into the product equation, which is equation 2. And with the product equation, it was giving us pq is equal to 18. So anywhere we see p, we just substitute the expression 7 plus q. So p, in place of p, we have 7 plus q. So this expression multiplying q, and this giving us 18. So now let's expand. 7 by q, we have 7q, and then q by q, we have q squared, and this must be equal to 18. See that we are getting a quadratic equation. You know that quadratic equation is always of the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So let's rearrange this into this form. So we have q squared plus 7q, and we transpose this to the left, it becomes minus 18, and this must be equal to 0. Now the coefficient of q squared is 1, the constant is minus 18. So 1 by minus 18, so minus 18. We are looking for factors of minus 18 whose sum should give us 7. So what are these factors? So the factors, we have minus 2, positive 9. So in place of 7q, we are going to substitute minus 2q and then positive 9q. So we have q squared. So in place of 7q, we have minus 2q plus 9q minus 18 is equal to 0. We are going to group them before we factorize. So first 2 and then last 2. Now let's factorize the expression inside the first bracket. What is the common factor? The common factor here is q. So we'll be left with q minus 2. What is the common factor here? Common factor is 9. We'll be left with q minus 2, and this must be equal to 0. So q minus 2, q minus 2, they are common, so we write one of them. Then the outside factors, we have q plus 9, and this must be equal to 0. So now let's solve for the possible values of q. So the first factor, q minus 2 equal to 0. So we have q is equal to positive 2. So that is the first value of q. And then we also have q plus 9 is equal to 0. So when we make q the sum that we have, q is equal to minus 9. So this is the second value of q. So we need to find the corresponding values of p. So we can do that using equation 1. So equation 1, we have p minus q is equal to 7. We are going by this. So when q is 2, what happens? When q is 2. So when q is 2, we have p, so minus 2 is equal to 7. So p will be 7 plus 2, which is 9. So that is the first value of p. Again, going by the first equation, p minus q is equal to 7. This time when q is minus 9. So when q is minus 9, we have p minus 9. So that becomes plus 9. And this must be equal to 7. So p is equal to 7 minus 9. And this gives us minus 2. So we are almost done. Let's finalize everything and then we are done. So now we have two different answers. When q was 2, we had p as 9. So that is one of the answers. And the other one, when q was minus 9, we had p as minus 2. But then we are looking for the positive values of p and then q. Positive values of p and q. So for the positive values of p and q, we are going by this particular answer. So we can say that p is equal to 9 and q is equal to 2. That is the answer.